Boys, it's almost time for Week 4's biggest attraction. And I'm talking about the Ohio State University taking on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Number 9 versus number 6. Big game in South Bend this weekend. And all I gotta say first is I'm a fan of both teams, to be honest. I mean, you can't call me a bandwagon. I got my reasons. I love both these teams. I've been an Ohio State fan since birth. I've been a Notre Dame fan since birth. I love both teams. As I'm going to talk about this game. First, let's talk about the Ohio State Buckeyes. They're led by quarterback Kyle McCord. McCord has had some major growth in these last few games. I mean, he started off not that great. I mean, I should know that I watched that Indiana game, and let's just say we've seen better days, especially from last season. They had C.J. Stroud, but McCord seemed to have some growth in that last game against Western Kentucky. I know it's Western Kentucky, but we'll see if that continues as the Buckeyes defense having their strongest start in forever. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to be great this season, but they've played really well so far. As that's what I'm going to think about in my prediction. You'll see later. But the Buckeyes, they've been a strong team. I mean, the passing games looked so much better, as you see that Cade Stover pass a second ago. And now let's talk about the Irish. Now, this Irish team, this team has had some hype, okay? Ever since week 1, this team has been hype. This team, led by quarterback Sam Hartman, looks amazing. They've looked amazing. They haven't put up less than 30 points in any of their games. Less than 40 points in any of their games. They put up 42 against Navy. They put up 41 against Western Michigan. They put up 45 against NC State. This team is unstoppable right now, but I know none of those opponents are really at the level of Ohio State, so I think that test is going to be huge for both these teams. We will see what Sam Hartman brings to the Irish in that game. Is he the real deal? I mean, so a lot of people have him on their Heisman candidate board, especially Lee Corso. He announced that he thinks Hartman could equal Heisman. I'm just saying. But that game against Western Michigan could have been better. I mean, they did not play to their highest level, but I mean, they were probably looking forward to that big game this week that everybody's talking about. But let's continue with the Irish. Hartman's looked amazing. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if he made a Heisman run this season, but I'm not saying he's going to win, but I'm saying he could be a good candidate. But this Irish team's amazing. You can't forget about Audric Estime. That running game's been deadly these past few weeks. But there is one thing I want to talk about with the Irish that I'm a little concerned. Their defense. Now, I'm not saying it's a big deal, but I'm saying whichever defense makes the most stops and whichever defense is more dominant is that team's going to win this game. And I'm not saying that Ohio State fixed their defense. I'm just saying that they need to fix it fast. And same with the Irish. They gave up 24 against NC State, I believe. And they gave up 17 against Western Michigan. So this is their big test. So let's get into my final predictions. I'm going to say Audric Estime will have a pretty decent game. I think Sam Hartman will have a really good game. And I think McCord's going to continue to impress a lot of people. But for this game, I was torn this whole week who am I going to pick? But I actually got the Irish. 28-24. What do you think about my prediction? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.